What's up, guys? We're back with another video at the Art Primo warehouse. We're going to be checking out the Hit and Go 30mm and the Hit and Go 15mm. These are both pump action markers. They work great with alcohol-based inks, water-based inks, or anything that's not xylene-based, essentially. You don't want to put xylene in these because they will melt. But for mostly everything else, they work great. They're great tagging markers, great for fine art, great for industrial work. You just never know what you may need one of these for. So what we're going to do first is take a look at them up close, see how they operate. We're going to fill them up with some ink, put them through their paces, close out, and then we'll have a video. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll see you guys in a second. Up first is the 30mm. Again, it's a pump action marker. You can see right there the actuation of the valve. You can open it up right here like this. Remove the valve and fill it up if you'd like. But why would you want to do that? Let's hit it from the backable. Look at that. It's a great feature on this marker. You can just tighten that bad boy, leave it there, put some electrical tape around it so it never comes loose. It does have a little seal on there, so it does help it out. I would put a little bit of Teflon tape on it if it were me. Again, your results may vary. That's up to you, the artist, or the guy working in the warehouse. These do come with 2 cat eye marbles. For those youngins, it's a game you play back before the days of the internet. It's quite a fun game for a kid, actually. And you know what? If you're an adult, it actually would be a fun game as far as like gambling goes. You know, you put some money on that. Could be interesting. I could see that. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the 15mm. I'm sorry, the 30mm. As you can see, it's a much bigger nib, and all other features of the marker mirror the 15mm. So you can go with either or. They both work great. Okay, so I have a couple that are already filled. This one right here has a mix of the liquid ink, red, and the liquid paint, blue. So we'll see how that writes. I got one right here with a little bit of Molotov Transformer ink. That'll be a fun one. And I also have some Pete Rose right here. I thought it'd be fun to check it out. You know, if you're doing insides on buses and stuff like that, you need that nice flowy dye ink. And this will definitely do the job. So let's go ahead and get started. Dye-based inks are quite runny. So just keep that in mind. I would definitely put some Teflon on it if I had it, but I don't have any Teflon on me right now. All right, let's go ahead and seal it up. This will be quite a runner indeed. Look, I'm already getting ink on me because it's not a GR video if you don't spill some ink. All right, let's prime the nib. You guys can check it out there. This should go pretty quick since it's a dye. Die, 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 my darling. All right, look at that. That looks juicy. Look at that. Again, dye inks are runners, and it will make a mess. So if you're working in an industrial environment or something like that, make sure you use a paint type of ink like this. It'll work much better for your uses. But in the graffiti world, markers get messy. That's just the way it goes. Don't tag in your Crispies, my friends. You will regret it. Let's go ahead and check out the 15mm. What are we going to put in this one? What do we got kicking around here? Oh, I got some Molotov ink. Let's go ahead and put that one in there. Get it loaded up. GR, come on, man. Come on. Let's see if I got any more of this dope ink. And honestly, I don't ever remember mixing these together. So this will be an experiment for me as well. Will it work? I don't know. Will it curdle? Maybe. But I break it so you don't have to. Alrighty. Give that bad boy a shake. Let's go outside. All right, let's go ahead and check out the first one, the 30mm. This one's pretty saturated. As you can see right there, it's a little bit on the drippy side. The 30 will drip a little if you're using a flow ink. I think I mentioned that previously. It's just the nature of this marker. You can kind of mitigate it by putting a cotton ball in there between the valve and whatnot. It's up to you. I like to get a little messy myself, so do what you want. Anyways, let's test it real quick. As you can see, you get some really excellent flow with this marker. I really enjoy using it, actually. Very, very nice. This one has a little bit of the, what was it? The liquid ink, the paint. I can't remember what it is, the dope stuff. So you can see a little bit of the blue in there. Gives it a little bit of thickness. Dye inks by themselves will fade in the sun, so keep that in mind. But generally we use dye inks for places where we want to get a stain, like the inside of transit, or any type of porous surface that you really want it to bleed in. Also, they will bleed through paint. So if they buff this over with white, boom, pops right back through. We are such little buttholes, aren't we? So let's go ahead and check out the other one. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the 15 mil marker. And as you can imagine, it's a little bit smaller than the 30. Doesn't really drip out as much. Again, nature of the marker is 15. If you want something a little bit cleaner, rock one of these. Let's do a quick little ink test right here. See what it looks like. Oop, I can do better than that. So there you go with the line. This one has the Molotov ink in it, a little bit thicker than what we had in the other. Regardless, this is going to be a much less drippy marker than the 30 mil. So if you want something a little bit cleaner, go with this one. For me, I love a mess. Sometimes a boy likes to jump in a muddy puddle, if you know what I mean. So let's go ahead and check it out. Oh, this thing's moving all over the place. So there you go, pretty standard fare for a 15 millimeter marker. Let's go ahead and do a tag real quick. I think I had Steve Garvey mixed with something in here, right? I don't remember what I had in this one. I think it was Steve Garvey mixed with a little bit of, probably the dope ink as well too, because it's a little bit darker. But it's a great write. We'll go ahead and get up close with these at the end so you guys can check them out. So anyways, let's see what we got here. We got some room left on this thing. Should we flip her over? Do a couple more tags? Let's go ahead and check out this one. We got it filled with some Molotov ink. I think it was it's either Transformer or Speed Flow. Correct me if I'm wrong, fellas. Let's check it out. Ooh, baby! That is one lovely marker. As you can see, you get a really nice write with it. This is a little less drippy than the Steve Garvey that I had, or was it Pete Rose? Forgive me if I'm wrong, guys. A little less runny, a little less drippy, but as you can see, you get some nice little drip action with this marker. This is a great combo. If you use the Molotov ink in one of these, I think you'll be quite satisfied. But again, don't wear your Crispies when you're using this. Don't wear your Crispies when you're doing any graffiti. Unless you're, you know, balling to the max and, you know, do your thing. But most of us, you know, living the normal life in the normal world, we like to keep our Crispies clean. So let's go ahead and check out the 15 again. I love this marker, by the way. Perfect for smooth surfaces, doorways, mailboxes, electrical boxes, what else? Glass, if you want to hit up on glass with it, you know, like bus stop shelters and things like that. There's a whole variety of surfaces you can use these on. You can rock it on a rougher surface, and maybe we'll try it out on a grilled surface too. But generally you want to keep these on something smooth. You feel me? All right, let's go ahead and check out that 15 mil again. Great marker, great marker. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We got a little bit of room in here. Let's do a little GR tag just for fun. You know, we probably should be getting back to doing some hit offs. What do you guys think? You want a hit off? Comment below. I got you, boy. Nope, I can't do everybody, but I'll try to do most of you. So let's see here. We got a little bit of room. We'll put a little happy face right there. Nice. And then one little 7 here for old time's sake. Haven't been writing those lately. It's a fun word. I just like the letters. And every time I write 7, I get like multiple people saying thanks for hitting them up. I guess it's a popular name. I had no idea. I was writing it because I thought nobody wrote it, and I just wanted to write a number for the videos. C'est la vie. Let's put a little halo over this quest tag right here. Actually, let's turn it into a peace sign. Okay, so this is covered in house paint. This is going to be a good way to check how it works on, like, you know, a painted doorway, a bar bathroom, or any one of those circumstances where you got to write over the latex, if you feel me. And it's a little bit bumpy, you know, so it really simulates a wall really well. So let's go ahead and check it out. You could already see you're getting a little, it's not that the marker is streaking, it's just that it's lifting up a little bit on some of these surfaces because it's not completely flat, you know what I mean? But still, you're getting a good write, and you do kind of feel a little bit of resistance. You know, the alcohol is probably reacting with the latex paint a little bit, so it kind of has a little bit of drag. But yeah, no big deal. I just got ink in my shoes, but they're black, so no problem. So let's see here. Let's check out the 15 millimeter. Oh, one thing I want to mention. First of all, electrical tape right here, definitely do that. The little tabs on here make it a little bit difficult to take off. I wouldn't remove them completely because you need it to seal. There's a little gasket on this bad boy right here. But if you just kind of shave them down a little bit, just a little bit, you don't need to do it that much. I find it's a little bit easier to get these off. Before, what I would do is I'd cut one of them off and I'd get it out like that, but it does dry it out because it doesn't sit flat. You know what I mean? You gotta have that nice proper seal on there. So, food for thought, 15 millimeter. Don't have a lot of room here, do I? I don't know about y'all, but I'm a big fan of that queso dip. I could just go to a Mexican restaurant and eat that by itself. Get fat on chips and queso. Good stuff. All right, so there you go. A couple different surfaces. Maybe we should do a couple more. Why not? Let's try out a grilled surface. You know, picture yourself in a bar bathroom in the hip neighborhood where all the cool kids hang out. The walls usually look like this, right? So you need something to really cover things, if you feel me. You know, sometimes you need to stand out from the crowd and let the world know that you're here. All right, let's gotta get low here. Let's go ahead and check out the 15 mil. This one has a little bit of that blue paint ink mixed into it. So as you can see, it's got a nice like opaque, almost like a navy blue, right? It's almost like a navy blue color. It actually looks really cool. So this is the alcohol paint ink, the dope ink, mixed with, I think, Pete Rose, if I remember right. So any of your alcohol paint inks mixed with an alcohol dye will give you a really nice write out of these. If you use the alcohol ink by itself, it's a little bit on the streaky side for graffiti, fine for many other circumstances, but that dye gets the flow on the go. Alright guys, so there you go, the Art Primo Hit and Goes, the 30 millimeter and the 15 millimeter. We got them available on the site empty for a really good price. You can't beat them. We got the widest selection of empty markers, but for these, they will serve you quite well. I've seen them used for street art, graffiti, industrial supplies. I've even seen people put bleach in them and use them as bleach pens. You just never know what you may need one of these for. In fact, I may need one for automotive uses. See? There you go. So anyways, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Artprimo.com, 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 artprimo.com. Your number one source for all things graffiti, and me, GR, doing reviews, hanging out, showing you guys what it's all about. See you later.